Hello everybody and welcome back to our very first farm in Farming Simulator 22. We are continuing to try to build our modest little operation here up into something that is a major dairy and egg producer. But for now, we need to continue building. So we are up to the point where we have 2 chicken coops over there and all kinds of grass fields over here. And we're pretty much at the point now where we can turn this entire side of our operation... Oh, I'm gonna unplug the joystick that's making that happen. Quite annoying. Let's see, what am I doing? Oh yeah, so the map is really just struggling right now. So we have all of this that we want to turn into grass, and then all of this will be wheat, and we will be set up so that we're making enough grass to get some cow farms once we're ready for that, and enough wheat over here to feed our chickens. I'm also thinking that we may want to get to the point where we have some greenhouses going. That would be a nice little extra residual income kind of thing to get ourselves set up with, but for now I think we need to advance time until we're ready to do our first grass harvest of the year, because we really need to get that done, and then hopefully by the end of this episode we should be able to get to the point where we're able to harvest our wheat as well. So let's we'll head back over here to the actual farm area. Let's check out the cost of the various different greenhouses over here, because I think with what we have right now, we're probably just going to go ahead and stop at these 2 chicken coops here, because chickens eat a lot, and the fields that we have I don't think are going to support another couple of those. So first and foremost, we need to move this stuff out of the way so that we have room to kind of check out what these greenhouses are going to look like. Get that, oops, put that back down and set it off, and then we'll park this guy in the garage. I haven't been worrying too much about that because it's a game, but I think that just to kind of get it out of the way, we'll park it over here and just leave it like that. Get the engine turned off. We will take our... Just to save a little bit of time, we'll swing around like this so we can move 2 pieces of equipment at the same time. You can put this fertilizer spreader on the front of your tractor. That does work. And then we'll back up over here. And we'll relocate all of this equipment. Maybe, I don't know. We can put this guy right here, I guess. That kind of, oops, not what I meant to do. Wanted to drop that off. And then we can put the seeder in here, and now we'll get that out of the way. Well, if I don't run into things. There's always that, because I'm only halfway paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, get that dropped off there. All right, so now hop back over here. Most of our equipment should be out of the way. We do need to go ahead and do a run around with our eggs there, so we can get all that sold off and get our money. That'll ideally make it to where we can either afford another greenhouse or have a little bit more of a buffer once we're done with this. So let's swing this guy around here, and then get everything auto-loaded, because I'm a big fan. Oh, come on. Thank you. I'm a big fan of this auto-loading mod. It makes life a lot more convenient rather than having to get out and manually put this stuff in with a forklift. Alright. So we'll put this right here. We'll just leave that there for now. Now, let's check our thing here. Production. Greenhouses. Oh, these greenhouses are pretty cheap. So, theoretically, we could just buy a bunch of greenhouses. How do I want to set this up, though? Looks like the drop-off point for the... Well, but we can set all of these to sell automatically, right? So I think what I really want to do is maybe something like this. Well, let's get our snap turning on. So I think for now what we'll do is we'll do this here. Do that there. Do we have room for one more? Almost. Okay, I have a mod that allows me to turn free mode on, so we'll just do that. That way I can place this a little bit closer to that one there. I wish I had kind of done that before I did that, but that's all right. So we'll start off with 3 for now. I want to get them all set up and see how they're doing before I, you know, commit to adding any more. But if this can be something that will turn us into more of a substantial operation as far as the money is concerned, that would be pretty sweet. So can I open this? I don't know how to open the door. Oh, left click. That'll do it. Okay, so for these guys, oh, I forgot I can do this from the production menu. So do I have to pick just one, or is this something where I can have multiple things growing at the same time? So let's just, can I activate all 3? Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. We'll just do all 3. And we'll set everything to just sell instantly. That way we don't have to manage it too much. So selling, and then, you know, they'll sell when they're done. Sell, because this is mostly just to have some automatic income coming in every month. And so we'll kind of see how that goes. And then I do have automatic irrigation. Automatically refilled and fees charged to my account. I'm fine with that. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to deal with. Oh, that doesn't need automatic irrigation. Okay, so all of these will now be growing, which is good. And we'll see how much money that continues to bring in. If it's bringing in a decent amount of money, I might go ahead and just invest in doing the other row of greenhouses over here, and that will make our lives even more better. We'll drop this trailer off for now. Well, actually, we can't really do anything else because it's only January. The grass is not ready to go. So let's check our animal situation here. They have 6,400 liters. They have all right, yeah, we definitely need to refill our chicken feed. So let's go ahead and get that done. Then we'll be able to advance time a few months and probably have to refill the chicken feed again, but it is what it is. So we'll offload our wheat there. We'll offload our wheat over here at the other chicken coop. Go ahead and refill it over at the silo. Okay. That way it's nice and full of wheat. Oops, wrong button. Helps if I press the correct keybinds to make things happen the way we want them to. When you don't do that, you end up having mistakes like that. Okay, cool. And I think that for realism's sake, since I can't put a cover on this trailer, I really should just start dumping the excess back into the silo. I know we don't have to, and I don't always go for realism, but I typically avoid, I typically do unrealistic things when it allows me to avoid, you know, overly repetitive, boring actions. And as far as, you know, if you left wheat just sitting out in the open like that for long periods of time, that probably wouldn't be the best way to go. So anyways, now we have our chickens fed, we have our eggs sold, we have some greenhouses here that should be making us a little bit of money. Now we just need to get into March and April, I think. I think April or June is going to be our cutting for the grass. So let's go ahead, we'll save our game just to make sure that everything sticks. And then we'll advance time until we get to March, I think. Okay. We have... Yeah, we definitely made a decent amount of money over there from the greenhouses. We're back up to 61,000. I think we'll go ahead and advance into March, but let's go check our grass out real quick just to see how far along it is. Well, I mean, I always forget that I can actually do this from the map. If I click on grass, and then I go to growth... Okay, so it's not... Oh yeah, these are all of our grass fields. But again, I'm still not confident because a lot of times the grass will say it's ready to be harvested, but it's not fully grown yet. It's just technically ready to be harvested. So I'm still not... I need to do a little bit... I need to do a little bit more experimentation with the grass. Yeah, because see, this says 3 of 3 forage, so the little map there doesn't really work. That's okay. Let's head back to the... We'll head back to the little farmstead area up here, the staging area up here. We'll advance time 1 more month. We'll give our chickens feed and all of that good stuff, and sell off any eggs that we have over here. Then we can do some grass cutting. So get the tractor turned off, and let's get into April. Okay. So yeah, we're full up on eggs on the one chicken coop. So we'll swing ourselves around over here, pick up all of our eggs again, make a little bit more money. Go. 3 more over here. Where did I'm a little confused as to why we have less money now than we did when we did last month. Let's take a look at our finances here. So March we sold products for almost 4,000. Oh. What loans? What? Oh. I didn't realize that we still had... Oh. I did download the slightly more complicated banking system that allows us to actually make payments on loans rather than just having interest accrue. So I like that that's a little bit more realistic in that faction. I just didn't realize I didn't realize that the previous loan that we had got rolled into that. So that's good to know. I didn't even realize we still had a loan. How are we doing on our chickens? Oh yeah, yeah, we definitely need to get them fed again. So let's go ahead and fill up our trailer. It's taking us a little bit longer to get through things now that we have all these extra tasks that we have to get done. So I may end up having to split these episodes up into 3 episodes per year, just because of the amount of time it takes us to get through and do a lot of this stuff. So we'll head over here. Because I know even though these tasks are sort of repetitive, oops, nope, I need to get over here. Even though these tasks are sort of repetitive, they're not repetitive in a way that makes it reasonable to put like big long cuts and things. So that's fine. It gives you guys a little bit more of a chance to interact with the farm as we're going and see kind of the processes of how we're doing everything here. Right. I need to figure out how much, or I need to figure out, either way, I guess I have to take this, I have to take the trailer back to go empty it out again. Nah, I think we're just gonna, as much as I don't want to, as much as why can't I speak right now? As much as it would be nice to do the realism thing there, I don't want to have to continually go back and forth and empty that out. Okay, so we should be in a place now where we have chickens are fully fed, and then the eggs are all sold. All of our greenhouses are auto-selling. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and just do like I said and invest in the remaining greenhouses that we want. We need to move that out of the way because I would like our greenhouses over there, and then we can use the center aisle there for like vehicle storage and stuff. So we'll swing back around this way. Swing back around this way. Or I mean, I guess I could just put them back up against each other. I don't know. I'm indecisive. Let's see. Because we could just do like that. Just to have it all kind of next to each other like this. And then now we can go into our production chains here. So I can just press enter, right? Okay, there we go. Nice. And then we can activate the irrigation for all of these. And then sell. Oh, it's so much easier to just press the enter key. I don't know why I haven't been doing this whole time. There we go. Now we're all selling. So all right, so ideally these greenhouses are going to make it so that all of our loan payments and stuff are coming out of all of that. Very nice. Okay, so now we have a full greenhouse setup that should be bringing in a fairly decent amount of cash. Let's go ahead, grab our mower, and we'll get some mowing done, and we'll probably be relatively out of time for this episode for that. So, yep, like I said, we have a lot more to get done in these episodes because our farm is, you know, really starting to grow and become a bigger operation, and it just takes longer to get things done than it used to. And I think that's a good problem to have. That's the problem that we want to have. So here, once we get into September and we're ready to plant wheat, we'll turn these 2 fields that we're about to cut into wheat fields rather than grass. And that last little wheat field over there, we'll turn that one into grass, and we'll have all grass cutting on that side and all wheat on this side. That's the plan. Let's see, get this lowered, get that lowered. All right, and for those of you who are just joining the series, you haven't seen this before, this is the sort of assembly line grass cutting setup that I've come up with. It is a full mower setup with swathing in the front, which makes a nice little grass swath for the baler there to turn the grass. Oops, here I go again. I always have to pay attention to that. Got to put the arm down for the trailer back there so it'll pick it up. So the baler turns it into bales for me, and then I have a trailer back there that picks up the bales as we're driving by. So, you know, obviously not the most realistic setup, but it prevents me from having to do 3 separate tasks and go through the field 3 separate times to do this stuff. It's very, very convenient. So what I typically do is I'll go around the field in a headland pass, you know, once, just to make some room around the edges of the field, and then we'll start doing back and forth passes in the direction that I'm in right now, because the hills in this kind of dictate a this way to that way pattern, so that we get a minimal amount of having to climb up hills and be slowed down and all of that. So that's kind of the way I end up doing this. So we'll get around the entire field here once, and then start doing our up and back passes so that you guys can kind of see. Because I know a lot of you, most of the people who are watching these videos, you've never seen any of my stuff before, so you don't know what's going on. So I try to remember to explain this stuff every time and do a full-on pass every time, so that those of you who are new get a chance to see all of it in action. Because I don't do time lapses here; it requires a lot of video editing that I don't want to do. Yeah, I know, but it is what it is. Anyways, I want to make a little bit. I want to do one more pass up there to the top so that we can. So that we can have more room, because these trees do kind of get in the way if you're not careful. And then so we'll go up that way and then back over to this side so that we can start doing our alternating patterns of cut versus not cut. You'll see what I'm talking about as we get more into the pattern of stuff over here. Already have 2 bales out of the grass that we've cut so far. After we get these 2 fields cut, after we get these 2 fields here cut, we have to head over and do 3 fields over there. So this does take a little bit of time to get done, but you know, silage is definitely our primary money-making operation until we get to the point where we have lots and lots of cows and stuff that can be. Got stuck. Ugh. These 2 trailers over here behind me just really kind of get in the way. So let's see. We need to set up our GPS into heading mode, and then we need to set it up for 90 and 270, I believe. And then we'll get our GPS steering locked in so that we can get nice, perfect passes front to back. Okay, so let's turn around this way. Whoa, what the? Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on there, but that's fine. All right, so as you can see, the line there has turned green. We now have our, oh, wait a minute. I always forget that I need to set the width for this stuff. I have to disconnect the trailer to set the width for the machinery here. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit, it's probably a little bit better. So we'll get this moved over that way. There we go. All right, so now we're at the point where we're just going to have to do some back and forth grass cutting so we can get all of this done. Hopefully not run into the telephone poles there. Because of the width of this setup, I end up having to do these alternating rows back and forth. I kind of screwed that up because the telephone pole's in the way and I wasn't able to make the kind of turn that I needed to make. But once we get over there, we'll have a nice little striped pattern there, and then we'll come back and grab the other side of it as we go. So let me finish up these rows over here, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to come back in this direction. All right, we finished up our initial pass to make our striped areas over here, as you can see. Now it's still, and of course the trailer setup decided to throw me off balance. But anyways, the GPS guided steering makes it so we have these nice, perfectly aligned rows that we can just go back and clean up the stripes that we have over here. So we'll go back and forth, get all of these stripes cleaned up, and then go to the other side of the field and grab all of that over there. So we'll do a nice little turn back over here, and then I'll put a nice little cut in here so that you guys don't have to watch this boring, repetitive stuff over and over again. All right, and we are finishing up our field over here. Obviously, there's a little bit of spots that got missed. That's mostly because, you know, I'm not perfect with my driving or anything like that, but that's okay. We're going to make it work and get over here to these other fields. Part of me wants to kind of try to swap out our setup, though, because there's another baler over here that will make big square bales, and I can go back to using my auto-loading trailer. And that would make it probably a little bit faster to get all of this done, but I don't know. I just have to play around with some things. It's a relatively expensive machine, though, so I'm not sure how much sense it makes to actually try to mess with that. All right, so just like this one, we're going to come down this way, and then we're going to do a couple of passes down there so we can start doing some back and forth passes this way. I do have a mod that increases the working speed of all of my equipment. I forgot to turn it on, so I did that entire field over there at the slower speed, but now we're back at the place where I can be doing like upwards of 20 miles an hour for this stuff, so it makes life a little bit more convenient, I think. Unfortunately, the rules of horsepower still work, so when we're going up hills, it's going to be a little bit slower than it normally would be. I think what we'll do is we'll just do two complete circle passes around the edge of the field here, because it's kind of hard to turn around with all the trees right here in the way with this really long setup. You've seen at least once how it kind of throws me around if I turn too sharply. So I think we'll kind of go around this way, do a full-on pass, and then once we get down to the edge of the field over there again, we can start doing some turning around again, doing some back and forth passes like we did in the other field. Just try to hurry up and get this stuff done as quickly as we can, because we are running out of time for the episode, and I do have to get this episode done before certain things happen in real life. So, yeah, gotta hurry up and get this done. So, yeah, we'll make another right turn, go down that way, and then when we start coming back up this way, we'll start doing, well, I don't know, we might just keep doing circle passes like this. It seems to be getting it done pretty quickly. Haven't decided yet. It does leave some patches here like this, but to be perfectly honest with you, that's not really that much grass. So, I don't know. Well, anyways, let's do that. Yeah, we'll do some passes back and forth, and ideally that'll clean up some of the corners that we've left over here. So I'll finish up this field and see you guys in just a minute. All right, we finished up this field over here, so now it's time to head over to this smaller one over here. I'm really looking forward to planting this in grass, because then we can basically just treat this field and that field as, you know, this basically one big field rather than the way we've been doing it, but that's all right. For now, we're just going to go around and do a big circle and see how much of the field we get cut. Looks like we missed some in the planting there, unfortunately. And then we get up to the top of this hill here, and it really slows us down. So I think what we'll do is we'll kind of swing around this way so that we can get a relatively clean entry to here and go back down the hill. Then I think what we typically do here is we'll do 45 degrees, we'll get ourselves onto a back and forth pattern and just do it like we did the last time. So as before, I'll finish the field and bring you guys back when we're ready to be done, when we're ready to move on to the next one. Alright, the way this field ends, it's going to be kind of weird and awkward to try to get into the other one over there. I think what we might do is we might try to shoot this little gap here, and then that'll kind of make it to where we can start off by cutting the top end of the field up here and hopefully avoid some of the irritating obstacles over here in the form of that tree and sign. So yeah, let's do like this. Because this tree and the sign over here on the right really does get in the way in addition to that house there. So we'll kind of swing around and do a pass all the way around, and then hopefully we might have to do a couple just to get ourselves away from the... Well, I don't know. We might be able to just start doing passes back and forth here. Let's get it like that, and we'll swing around like this just to give ourselves some room. Because I want to be able to kind of swing to the right as we get over to the... come on. I want to swing to the right as we get to the end here to hopefully avoid that sign, and then we won't have to worry about it anymore. It's kind of a pattern I need to figure out to find the most optimal way to do this field and avoid this tree and this sign, because they really get in the way and it's quite annoying. But I think this might actually work out pretty well, because now I can turn this way and start our alternating pattern, because this field has plenty of room outside of the actual planting area, which makes life a little bit easier. So I'll finish up this field too and see you guys in a second. And that pretty much does it for all of our grass cutting for this particular season anyways. I'm pretty sure we're going to have another cut ready to go once we're ready to do our wheat harvest, but that's going to have to wait for the next episode, because unfortunately we are getting pretty close to being out of time. And we need to head over here and get our bales unloaded. So, go ahead and get our system turned off. We'll get our mower folded up. We'll get our trailer... started with the being ready to unload over here. That way we don't have to wait once we're over here. I'm trying to get in the habit of remembering to do as much pre-stuff as I can so that we don't have to wait once we're ready to go. So that should be good. Get this stuff unloaded into our silo. Perfect. All in there. Come on. There we go. That's what we want to see. So we'll get our trailer selected. We'll pull forward a little bit. Get that disconnected. Get our mower disconnected there. Because the next thing I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing is going to be doing our wheat harvest. And that's what I would like to focus on. We'll finish out our episode here, hopefully advancing time to where we're ready to be doing the wheat harvest. But let's first go over and check our situation over here. Okay, so it looks like we did our egg stuff. For me, it's been quite a long time. I know for you guys are, it's like instant jumps for you. But for me, it's been quite a few minutes since the last thing that we did. So our chickens are fully fed and ready to go. So I think what we can do then is we can go ahead and advance time until April, May, June, July. I'm not sure. We'll do a couple months and we'll check in and see how everything is. So yeah, we'll do May and June. And we'll check out and see where we are. So feed is still pretty good. Eggs are good probably for another month. And then our growth for our wheat. Growth for our wheat is pretty close. It should be next month. Let's go ahead and look. Well, I don't know if it's going to be next month. I don't remember exactly when it was. Okay. So are we ready? Okay, yeah. All of our wheat is ready to harvest. Sweet. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to get all of our animals set up so that hopefully next episode, we're not, well, you know what? We'll save that for next episode. We're pretty much out of time. Hopefully, you guys have been having lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button if you have, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing that now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed, and you will be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button. Check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a continuing commitment, you can always leave YouTube's form of a tip with that thanks button. Direct forms of contribution like these are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys have been enjoying this, building this farm with me. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.